So let me talk a bit about what's underneath the leadership circle. And the leadership circle, Bob Anderson designed the circle around adult development theory. Robert Keegan was really kind of the author of much of this. I've used other people as well. And the underlying the leadership circle and our move from reactive to proactive or creative is where we are in our adult development as leaders. And so the first is egocentric. And the egocentric mind is, think of a child, think of someone, 6 years of age or under. It's all about them. What can I get? Ooh, there's a toy over there. I want that toy. And so the egocentric is the first stage, and we all go through that. The second stage is the reactive stage. It is the one that is represented on the bottom half of the circle. It is one of where we are 75% of the time, and about 70% of all leaders really never leave the reactive stage. They're functioning from the reactive behaviors all of the time, and our goal is to move people from reactive to creative, to the top half of the circle. And this is what Bob calls the hero's journey. The hero's journey is going from reactive to creative, from reactive to proactive. And in a moment, I'll show you the correlation to high performing leadership and results. Now, there are two additional levels that Robert Keegan identified. One is called integral, and so for those who are primarily leading from the creative top half of the circle, there's really another level, and that is one of being integral. And the integral leader is one who understands the whole and has gone beyond just what they think the right thing to do is and the right way to lead is, and they're really looking at what's best for the world, what's best for our whole marketplace. And then the unitive stage is very rare. That's your Martin Luther Kings, your Gandhis, your Nelson Mandelas, people whose really their very existence is one of in service to the world. So what we're about is going from reactive to creative, and then from creative to integral. So when you think about that move, some key components are, when you're in the reactive space, it's what Keegan and others call the socialized mind. And that means somewhere in our teenage years, we realize we can actually get ahead and we can get more of what we want if we follow the rules. If we understand, what do our parents really want us to do? What do the teachers want us to do? What's the boss want me to do? So our society spends a lot of time and energy shaping us for about 25 years, 20 years anyway, in being understanding of and responsive to and shaped by what others think we should do. And hopefully we learn to do that well. But you know what? 75% of the folks get stuck there. So what we want to do as a powerful, effective leader is move beyond what other people think we should do to being self-authored. And the self-authored mind is one where we shed what others people think, and we determine for ourselves what we stand for, what we know the right thing to do is, where I think we can achieve success. And we bring that to our companies. We bring that into our leadership. And those who are in the self-authored space are saying, here's our purpose, here's our vision, and yeah, you're right, nobody else is doing it, and that's why I want to do it. So moving into that self-authored mindset, for some people it happens early in life, and other people it never happens. But it's always a journey. And that's what I'm looking for when I'm working with my executives. That's the kind of movement we're trying to achieve. When you go to the integral level, it's what they call the self-transforming mind. And so it's really when you've achieved that self-authored mindset, when you determine for yourself what the right thing to do is and where you want to, how you want to lead and where you want to take your company, that's great. But then you start to realize, there is that other viewpoint. And it's to understand that other viewpoint and to bring that into your thinking and to learn from that and to say, I can be who I want to be. I can create the company, and we can create a company that's achieving what we want it to achieve, and at the same time recognize there's another point of view, and perhaps learn from that and respect that. So that's the self-transforming mind. So the most of our work in the leadership circle, why I encourage all of my CEOs to take it, what I bring into our executive coaching work, is that hero's journey, the reactive to the creative space.